to be part of the Virtual CXO program, there's two real key benefits that I see and that businesses can really tap into. And the first is very much around emotional intelligence. We know, particularly over the last couple of years with the younger generation, that need to connect with a brand and have aligned values is really important for the purchasing decision of a product or service. And I think in today's age, particularly with coronavirus and what that's done, you know, your everyday consumer or your everyday customer really needs to be considered with their purchasing decision. And if you can build a relationship with a prospect or a customer that's for the long term, that's where the Virtual CX program will really come to life, because we've got a great caliber of people in the program who have a nice mix of, you know, the art and science, the IQ, the EQ, and we also know that's such a desirable skill and soft skill that for those businesses who are recruiting are looking for, but obviously hiring is an instant cash outlay. So being able to support with, as part of the Virtual CX program, having to be able to tap into that experience there, I think is fantastic for businesses to look at and to seek that guidance and experience from. The second benefit that I really see is particularly around, you know, it comes to life in the whole customer experience process, but particularly I would say in a content sense. The role of content has a part to play in every single part of that marketing funnel, at every single touch point of your customer experience. But again, to be able to do that properly, it's a costly exercise. You know, whether that's costly in time, in resource, or cash outlay, operational processes, engaging agencies, it takes a lot of time and a lot of money for businesses to do that and to do that properly. Whereas as having the Virtual CXO program live and being able to tap into the experience and the expertise we have there, you'll be able to engage and understand quite with a fresh perspective of where is that low-hanging fruit, where does the effort need to go, where can you start to see and you know, reap the rewards of the activity, rather than over-investing, setting up a team, engaging with an agency, having all your cash outlaid and potentially not getting those instant results. And I think, again, the caliber of people we have on this program shows breadth, it shows depth, it's got a, you know, cross-industry and cross-discipline group of people, which is fantastic.
So I think one thing that's really great is having the access to the level of expertise and knowledge that what they can bring is answering some questions or answering some problems that a business may be facing that they've never had before, but the people who you've got on this suite have probably faced many times, and they may have a different perspective on how to address that problem. The other opportunities, yes, of course, is the creative thinking that can come with that. Is the fact that when we provided a problem or something to solve, we're coming from it without any other prior knowledge of that business, and we can come through with it with a very creative approach to it, which may be a different way of thinking. And we know that in this day and age, we need to make sure that we are always creatively thinking, and we're thinking of ways to reach an audience correctly, launch a product correctly. That 10 years ago was very formulaic, but now market's changing rapidly, as we know. Right. So, you know, dealing with people who have different skill sets is really going to help your business. I think that's the big thing. I think the creative thinking is really, I've looked at the type of people that are involved in what you're trying to do, and they're all so different, but they all have very much their creative thinkers, and you don't normally have access to creative thinkers like this at this level. And just the ability to siphon off either one or two key problems or issues that the business may have, or objectives. It doesn't have to be an issue. It could be being an objective that one person can focus on for them. That's not also focusing on other parts of the business. What a great opportunity, really. You know, if I was given, I'm sure many of us were given one thing to work on for a brand or a business, we could come up with so many solutions to that, to help that business while they're working on the day-to-day as well. And I think that's pretty great.
Yeah, I think building on what Luke has said, that is probably the biggest expertise that we and the people in the group will bring, is just knowing what questions to ask. I think a lot of organizations would be surprised that someone coming from the outside can come in and probably get to know very quickly what the key problems are, and you know, solutions can take a bit longer, but you know, with many years of experience and working in different organizations, what I found you really learn is those killer questions and being able to ask those. I think the key thing for me is really having that customer lens. And to Luke's point, you know, when you are external to the organization, it's much easier to put yourselves in the shoes of the customer. You don't have all that kind of internal history and ways of working that I think can, you know, subliminally hold people back. You know, nobody wants to be, you know, is consciously holding themselves back, but it just happens because you kind of become quite internally focused. So so bringing that customer lens to help companies become more customer centered, and thinking about designing and delivering experiences that across products and services that are so much more customer focused. I think it's really important for anyone who is providing advice and support to an organization to be really flexible in the type of briefing process. It really depends on the organization and where they're at. So they may have had some of the work done internally before, they might be new to thinking about these kind of things. And for anyone sort of coming in and helping them, I think it's really important that we're flexible in terms of the approach, and sort of determine and kind of be quite nimble and agile in the way that we go and work with an organization. So I mean, the key things for me is really getting to the core of that customer insight. That's the start of everything. Once you understand that insight, what's driving those customers, then everything else can flow on from there. So having that customer lens is critical.
Well, this is a very, very unique platform of getting a lot of minds and a lot of perspectives together for the betterment of business, for the betterment of brands, for the betterment of industry. You know, this is almost like, you know, when you're democratizing knowledge and experience and expertise across various functions, and you are, you know, opening it up for anyone and everyone to delve into, to dive into, and take benefits out of. Also, I see a lot of you know, further uniqueness in the fact that it is not constituted of just one person or just a small group of people. Okay, there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people with really rich expertise. There's a lot of people with different kinds of perspectives to the same problem, and all that comes together. So if I were heading a brand at this point of time, I would definitely maximize this platform in reaching out to different kinds of voices, different kinds of experiences on the same subject, and then arriving at you know, solutions or interventions which the brand would think most appropriate. This platform is not to give you downright solutions. This platform is to give you ideas and to help you yourself as a brand, as an organization, dig out your own truth. You know, most of the times when we are so caught up in our everyday jobs, we just don't have the time to step back and to take a very unbiased view of where we are because of what we've been doing. This platform will surely help you take that step back, and also, you know, help out, dig out, you know, what lies within you to maximize that. Also, this platform is unique in the sense, many times as each of you as heads of functions, heads of organizations, you know, would wish you actually had the 25th hour of the day. when you could have done certain things, which just the sheer constraint of time, resources, manpower doesn't allow you. Well, this platform is your 25th hour, and that's also what makes it very unique. I am surely privileged to be part of this platform, and for me, it's a great opportunity to share my experience. Whatever I've learned, whatever I've gathered, share the mistakes I've made, the learnings I've taken out of those in helping you people grow your businesses, nurture your brands, and just take your organizations to another level. Thank you.